I never imagined that a simple moment in the kitchen could unlock so much emotion, pain, laughter, and even healing. When I offered my stepson a taste of what I had made that afternoon, I had no idea it would lead to a truth that would shake our home. My name is Laura Mitchell. I married David Mitchell 5 years ago, and with him came a quiet, thoughtful teenager named Jake. He was 15 when I first met him, guarded and distant. I didn't blame him. His mother had passed away suddenly, and I was the stranger who stepped into their lives just months after. For years, Jake kept his distance. We coexisted more than connected. He was polite, respectful, but his heart remained locked away. David tried to bridge the gap, but deep inside, I knew only time or something bigger could mend what was broken. It happened one Saturday afternoon. David was out of town on a work trip, and I was home alone with Jake, now a college sophomore, home for the weekend. I had been experimenting in the kitchen, recreating a dessert I had seen in his mother's old cookbook, a lemon vanilla custard tart. The book had been gathering dust on the top shelf, untouched. Until that day. When I pulled the tart from the oven, it filled the house with a scent so comforting it made even me tear up. The aroma reminded me of something warm, something real. I didn't know how Jake would react, but something told me it was the right thing to do. I set the tart to cool and called out to Jake. "Hey, want to try something? I made it from your mom's recipe book." There was silence, then slow footsteps. Jake appeared at the kitchen entrance, unsure, arms crossed. "You used a recipe?" he asked, eyes narrowing. "Yeah. I figure it might be nice to try one of her favorites. I hope that's okay." He didn't answer. I cut a slice, placed it gently on a plate, and slid it toward him. "Just a taste." Jake hesitated, then took a bite, and froze. For a few seconds, he didn't say a word. His eyes closed, and I saw his jaw tighten, as if he were holding something in. Finally, he looked up. This tastes exactly like hers," he said, voice cracking. "How did you?" "I just followed the recipe. That's all." He sat down slowly, his eyes glistening. "I haven't tasted this in years. Not since her last birthday. She used to make it every year for herself and share it with me. It was our thing." I nodded, staying silent, letting him lead. "It's weird," he said. "I didn't even remember the taste until just now. It's like it woke something up." For the first time in years, Jake opened up. He told me about his mother's love for baking, how she used to hum a soft tune when she whisked the eggs, how she let him lick the bowl, and how every lemon tart she made felt like a piece of sunshine. And then, something happened I didn't expect. Jake asked if he could see the cookbook. I handed it to him, carefully, like it was a fragile piece of glass. He opened it with reverence, flipping through pages covered in tiny notes in the margins, his mother's handwriting. "She wrote little tips here," he said, smiling faintly. "Look at this one. Don't forget to smile while whisking." That was her, always trying to find joy in the little things. We sat there for over an hour, going through the cookbook. He laughed at her doodles in the corners, paused at recipes he remembered vaguely, and pointed out a few he wanted to try making himself. From that day on, something changed between us. We started cooking together on weekends. At first, it was just simple things. Muffins, cookies. But each time we stepped into the kitchen, it felt like a bridge was being built, one recipe at a time. David noticed it too. "You two seem different," he said one evening as Jake and I cleaned up the mess from a failed banana bread experiment. "Better," Jake said, glancing at me. "Just better." As the months passed, Jake's visits home became more frequent. We tried more of his mother's recipes, and eventually, we added our own. The cookbook, once a relic of the past, became a living journal of shared memories and new beginnings. One rainy evening, Jake surprised me. He came home with a framed photo of his mom, one I hadn't seen before. In it, she was holding a whisk, covered in flour, laughing at the camera. "I think she would have liked you," he said. Tears welled in my eyes. "Thank you. That means more than you know." He placed the photo on the kitchen shelf, right next to the cookbook. That night, as I watched Jay come to himself while preparing the tart, the same one that had opened the door months ago, I felt something settle in my chest. Not closure, but something better. Connection. Jake and I would never forget the people we had lost, but we had found a way to honor them. Through flour, sugar, and lemon zest. Through shared memories and open hearts. Through a simple offer to taste something made with care. Sometimes, all it takes is a bite of something familiar to remember who we are, where we come from, and who we can become together. Jake turned to me with a grin. Want to taste this one, Laura? I think I nailed it. I smiled, took a bite, and nodded. Perfect. Just like hers. And in that moment, I realized we had finally become a family.